Hello everyone, this is Spanish Shanks along with my good announcer Paul, and we would like to welcome you to Denmark for the 2014 Tournament of Champions. This year we have twice as many superstars from last year's tournament. We now have a total of 48 superstars, and the playing field is going to be a whole lot different this year, so we should see some exciting action. Well, the hosts have gathered on a microphone and we're about to ready to introduce the players, so let's send them over there right now. Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the 2014 Tournament of Champions. It's so nice to see all of your smiling faces. Hello there. We'd like to introduce you to 48 superstars who help make the long wish to come true. But before we do that, we just want to say thanks to everyone for making a successful season. We appreciate your business. And now, the moment has finally arrived. Here are your 48 participants for the 2014 Tournament of Champions. Let's start things off in Canada with the great white spirit of Steve Alexander. Next from Costa Rica, a very well-intelligent superstar, it's Kiki Cayman. Let's say a big ole to Mexico's very own Alfonso Devongo. And America is yours to the shine because here comes the one and only Jason Hill! Jamaica is up next, where we find none other than Fan Drixon! And from the spirit of Dominican Republic, the judges did not overlook Shane Tucker! From Belize, a great big hello to the one and only lovely Jayla Petore! From Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory, a big hello to Fiddle McClain. Let's give a big hello to Brazil's very intelligent Momento Dia. Ecuador is shining today because here comes Shimmy Lagas. And it's no chill and chili for Java Sago. Here's one of the countries that's returning this year. It's Uruguay. And this year they have Yano Okilava. And from the lovely country of Venezuela, here is the lovely Donna Sovena. Not too far behind from Colombia, we have Cebu Monte Carlo. Alright, Paraguay, it's time to give a big round of applause for Gonal Mijo. Very well done indeed. And from Argentina, the judges did not overlook Polka Heffley. Look how well the British are coming because here comes United Kingdom's Patrick Stevenson. Oh, Gesundheit. Someone must be sneezing over Germany's very own Arwen Mataro. And now let's say bonjour to France's intelligent Chin Antoine. Here's a crowd reason for you, because here comes Sweden's Angie Rodasto. Coming to you from the boot state of Italy, Esther Lemieux. And now let's say hola to Spain's wonderful legend, Willis Metellus. And coming back for a second year, it's Portugal's Iva Cava. Okay, Japan, it's time to learn a cheer because here comes Jado. And not too far behind from China, he's hip, he's hot, he's Kung Fat Leo. Korea is up next, where everyone will be doing the Gangnam Style. If she wins tonight, it's Jerusalem. They may be recovering from the tsunami, but here comes Philippines, Yasmin Aquino. India is shining on today for the one and only Kaiwa Divings. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our Russian veteran we always know and love. It's Samo Leonardo. And let's hear a big good day to Australia's down under resident, David Carmelo. I hope our back comes for you soon with the help of the one and only Petson Young. Okay, it's time to head over to South Africa, where we have the president of Sanji Pan. From Kenya, the first African country to reach the grand final back in 2008, this year they have Cog Watson. And let's hear a big round of applause from Tanzania, Hosby Hill. She's back for more, representing Mount Egypt. This last year's runner-up, Ramadura. Next, we head over to Liberia, where we have the wonderful Dilton Vincent. Mulango is calling, and we're calling upon Tesoro Khan. Madagascar is home to a great African country. It's filled with Mumui and, of course, Hanodin. And just off the hill from Sudan, we have the one and only Regis Moando. Okay, here are your wild cards. First, from Barbados, Paphos Norixon. And Indonesia will be smiling upon Nancy Paul. Afghanistan is yours to the shine because here comes Bonnie Nonset. What's the forecast for Cuba this week? It's a 100% chance of Faika Hashimoto winning the championship. Oh dear, I guess no one is complaining about Slovakia's very intelligent Bijami Hill. Okay, we have a couple more countries on our list. This is the first of them. It's Finland's Ole Rajo. Back to the Pacific, where we have New Zealand's intelligent and smart Joe Tanner. And the Hebrew princess is here. Let's bow down to Israel's Evazovin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you all been waiting for. Representing your home country of Team Denmark, give it up for the one and only Mosaic We wish each and every one of our countries best of luck in the tournament, so let the games begin! That's right, so when we come back, we're going to represent the 2014 Tournament of Champions. So stay tuned, the fun is just getting started. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the participants for the first of our division and quarterfinal races. They are your hosting country, Mosaic from Denmark, Joyce Samama from Korea, and Regis Morano from Sudan. So we have the hosting country taking on Korea and Sudan. Let's see what happens here. It's best of luck to each and everyone in the Tournament of Champions this year. The crowd is having a moment of silence, and we're about to get this one on the way. And whoa! 2014 Tournament of Champions is now officially underway. These Chao had to push the balls to the other side. First one to make it across the finish line wins it. It's a close contest between Musei Jafar from Denmark and Chao Racing from Korea. They're pushing the balls to the other side. Now they're making their way across the finish line, and Chao Racing wins it. So that means Chao Racing from Korea is the first to move on to the semifinal. What a deal! Thanks to Denmark and Sudan fans for another great season. Let's listen into our next race. For race number 2, we have Shimi Lankas from Ecuador, Tesawapan from Morocco, and Olivandro from Finland. So it's Ecuador, Morocco, and Finland who is next in the Tournament of Champions. This crown is giving a thumbs up to each and every one of the fans so far. Let's see what happens. And there's the gun! We're on the way! Okay, who's gonna be next in the Tournament of Champions? Who's gonna be the next one to advance to the Division A semifinal? It's a close one so far. It's getting pumped up. Olivandro's taking it up, so that will give Shimi Lakas the lead. And he moves on! She moves on to Division A semifinal. She'll face Chao Racing in the first semifinal race. When we come back, we'll have more exciting action for you, so stay tuned. The fun is just getting started. The third quarterfinal match will feature Jason Hill from USA, Johnny Hill from Slovakia, and Pensanyon from Iraq. So USA, their first attempt to take home the title for the 2014 championship season. Let's see if they can do it. And this one is on the way. They are pushing him on the other side. But Johnny Hill looks like he has a pretty good start. The three Chao are closing in on each other. Who will move on? Slovakia, Iraq, or the USA? Mijabi and Jason are closing in on each other, and Jason did it! He holds on Mijabi Hill for the victory. Jason Hill avoids another first round elimination. I knew that eventually USA will never give up. Fourth race will feature Chao Racing of Chile, Fredrickson of Jamaica, and Samuel Uyano of Russia. Okay, so we have South American, a Caribbean, and from Russia, Europe/Asia. So Samuel Uyano is a veteran of this Tournament of Champions. Let's see what happens here. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place. Okay, so will it be Chile, Jamaica, or Russia? That will be Jason Hill's next opponent. We're about to find out soon enough. And it looks like Chile is getting a little advantage by Chao Racing, and Chao Racing will be facing Jason Hill in the Division A semifinal number 2. So a big congratulations to Chao Racing of Korea, Shimi Lakas of Ecuador, Jason Hill of USA, and Chao Racing of Chile. We're moving on to the Division B quarterfinals after the break. Our first Division B quarterfinal features Mamadouda of Egypt, Estelvio of Italy, and Garno Micho of Paraguay. Okay, so here we have Egypt, Italy, and Paraguay ready to test their luck once again. Here we go. Who's gonna be the first to advance to the Division B semi-final? Mamadouda is pushing the ball with all their might. Estelvio is doing A-okay. The three Chao are closing in on each other, and it looks like this is going to be no doubt, and Estelvio wins. Estelvio is moving on to the Division B semi-final. We thank you, Mamadouda, for all your support. Estelvio is advancing to the next round, and let's listen into the next race. The next race will feature Alfonso de Mongo of Mexico, Momento Dia of Brazil, and Chilantuan of France. Okay, so we know that the USA advance. Let's see if Mexico can join them in the Division B semifinal. Let's rock this place. Okay, so Jason Hill did a pretty good job, and it looks like Alfonso de Mongo might do just the same. He's pretty good at pushing the ball to the other side. And he moves on. Mexico happens too. See? I knew North America will be smart this year. But let's see how long it will last. We'll be right back after these messages. So don't go anywhere. Okay folks, the next file will feature Fiddle McLean of Puerto Rico, Chang Tucker of the Dominican Republic, and Kun Fat Leo from China. Okay, so experiencing a lot of techniques. What will happen tonight? We're about to find out. Let's have a Chao Race! Okay, this is Paul coming to you live from Denmark, and we're having a great time with these power type Chao. Only one of them will move one step closer to the finals, and this time around it's going to be Fiddle McLean. So Fiddle McLean moves on to the Division B semifinal number 2 for Puerto Rico. Thanks to Dominican Republic and China for a wonderful season. Alright, who's up next? Next up we have Sanchi Pan from South Africa, Paphos Norixon from Barbados, and Urazome, the Israel Princess. Okay, we will be halfway done the first round after this message. Okay, so good luck to all 4 of you, 3 of you, and let's rock this place. Okay, last one of Division B quarterfinal. We will be halfway there. Okay, so who will be joining Fiddle McLean in the second semifinal match? It's Paphos Norixon from Team Barbados, that's true. So Paphos Norixon moves on for Barbados, and we'll be right back about Division C quarterfinal matches after the break. Up next, we have Yano Okilama from Uruguay, Nancy Paul from Indonesia, and Parsby Hill from Tanzania. The players are lined up and ready for a Chao Race. Everyone is on clock, and we start the race! Okay, who's gonna win the first of our 4 Division C quarterfinal matches? Looks like Nancy Paul is doing pretty strong. What's gonna happen now? Nancy Paul is heading to the finish line, and she wins it for Indonesia. What a deal by Nancy Paul. She moves on to the Division C semifinal, thanks to Uruguay and Tanzania on a job well done. Well done. Next up we have Faika Hasimata from Cuba, Hanel Dean from Madagascar, and Jayla Petore from Belize. Okay, let's see who's gonna win this one. Take your marks, get set, and go! So will it be Cuba, Madagascar, or Belize that will be facing Indonesia in the first Division C semifinal? We're about to find out. Faika Hasimata was taking a snooze. So the winner of this one is Jayla Petore from Belize. Another Central American country has moved on to the round 2. And we'll be right back with more. Do not go away. Welcome back. The next race will feature Steve Alexander of Canada, Paul Kahefli of Argentina, and Bonanonset of Afghanistan. Yep, USA advance and Mexico advance. But what about Canada? Well, we'll find out soon enough as this race is about to get underway. And off! Look at Steve Alexander go. And Afghanistan's Bonanonset. These 2 superstars are going to be down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to be out on top first? It's going to be a close one. And by just a few inches, Steve Alexander beats Bonanonset to advance to the semifinal. What a deal! That was an incredibly close race. Steve Alexander barely hold on to move on to the semifinal. Great job. Next, we have Sweden's fan favorite Andre Modesto, Liberia's Stilton Vincent, and New Zealand's Joe Tanner. So the winner will go on to face Steve Alexander which was an incredibly close race indeed, with Canada. So here we go, everyone is on the clock. Let's rock this place. Okay, the three Chao are closing in on each other. Joe Tanner seems like he's the strongest of the three. They're pushing the ball to the other side of the rainbow path and then make it towards the finish line. And Joe Tanner holds off Andre Badastone for the victory. So he will be facing against Steve Alexander in the second semi-final match for Division C. Coming on to Division D quarterfinals. But first, have a look at this. Okay, time to move on to the Division D quarterfinals. The first one up features Ira Carrera of Portugal, Donna Solvena of Venezuela, and Kiki Cayman of Costa Rica. We see many Western Hemisphere champions moving on to the next round. Will the streak continue? We'll find out soon enough. Let's have a Chao race. Okay, so Portugal, Venezuela, and Costa Rica are vying for a bid into the next round. Who's it gonna be this time? It's Donna Solvena from Team Venezuela. She beats Ira Carrera for the victory. So she'll be back in the first Division D semifinal against the next competitor in this next race. Let's go straight to the next race right now. So will it be Aaron Matao of Germany, Wells Matales of Spain, or Kyra Dawings of India, who will face Donna Solvena from Venezuela in the first Division D semifinal? We're about to find out in just a few moments. Good luck to the three of you. Let's rock this place. Okay, Germany, Spain, and India will be playing to face Donna Solvena of Venezuela in the first of the Division D semifinal. Who's it gonna be? And someone's taking snooze with me. It's Kyra Dawings from India wins this one, and that's moving one step closer from clinching all the gold. Great job, India. And we will wrap up the first round after this, so don't go away. Alright, just a couple more races left in the opening round. We have Yasmin Aquino of the Philippines, Jado of Japan, and David Carmelo of Australia. After that, we'll feature Carl Watson of Kenya, Super Monte Carlo of Colombia, and Patrick Stevenson of United Kingdom. Let's see what happens in our first race. Here we go! So it's the Philippines, Japan, and Australia. Three important countries from the Asia and Pacific regions. Who's gonna win this one? It looks like Jado's gonna win this one. He holds off David Carmelo for the victory. Thank you, Philippines and Australia, for a great season. It's been a pleasure meeting here. Alright, the last one will feature Carl Watson of Kenya, Super Monte Carlo of Colombia, and Patrick Stevenson of United Kingdom, who will face off against Jay Doe in the second Division D semifinal race. We're about to find out. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go! Alright, last one for the opening round of the 2014 Tournament of Champions. All of our first round races are held at the Power Course, and we appreciate your business. The winner of this last one is Carl Watson, and there you have it. The Division quarterfinals has come to a close. We'll be right back with our Division semifinal round after the break. Do not go away. Ladies and gentlemen, our first semifinal match will feature Joe Esma of Korea versus Jimmy Lacas of Ecuador. And this time around, we're going to be held on the Amethyst course. There were 48 Chao in the Star Tournament, now we're down to 16. So good luck to the remaining participants. Everyone is on a clock, and please start the race! Okay, so our first Division A semifinal will feature Korea and Ecuador. These two superstars are winding down the track. Will it be Joa Samara or Shimi Lakas will be the first to advance to the Division A final. And there he goes. Someone's heading for the water as the first superstar against Beepus is number 5. So number 5 got the opening toss for the Amethyst course. And the next one up we made by number 2, who's way behind in the competition right now. And we're about to have a winner back up in front. Who is the winner of this race? It's Shimi Lakas who wins this one as number 8 gets the last speed bus. So Shimi Lakas moves on to the Division A final for Team Ecuador. Now let's see who will be facing Shimi Lakas in the Division A final. Will it be Jason Hill of the USA or Jay Rasego of Chile? Jason Hill and Jay Rasego the winner will be facing Shimi Lakas in the Division A final. Here we go. Let's rock this place. Okay. So will it be Jason Hill or Jay Rasego who will be facing Shimi Lakas in the Division A final? We're about to find out in just a few moments. It looks like number 1 is going to rest, and Jason Hill pauses for a moment. Does give me Jay Rasego some time to mumble. And this time around, the opening toss will be made by number 8, who's way behind in the competition right now. And number 5 pauses for a moment, thus giving number 8 some time to mumble as he gets back-to-back speed bus to start the race. And it's going to be down to the wire for these two superstars. Who's going to move on to face Shimi Lakas? It's Jason Hill of the USA. So Jason Hill will be facing Shimi Lakas in the Division A final. We'll be right back with the Division B semi-final. Do not go away. Alright, time for the Division B semi-final. First is Esther Review of Italy versus Alfonso De Mongo of Mexico. The players are lined up and ready for the race, so it's good luck to both of these superstars. Let's have a Chao race. Okay, so Europe's last hope is Italy versus Mexico, who's fighting to keep North America alive. And it looks like number 1 is going to rest, so he will be left behind in the crowd, along with number 2 and number 5. And the first superstar to get speed bus is number 5. And it looks like number 7 has finished in first place. He took a shortcut. So this race will go to the next back standing. Who's it gonna be? Esther Review takes the next speed bus, but I think Alfonso De Mongo is gonna hold off her for the victory. Yep, I think Esther Review is taunting for a moment. That will give Alfonso De Mongo command, and he moves on to the Division B final. What a deal by Alfonso De Mongo. Thanks Italy for a great season. Mexico is still in it, and let's head on to the next race. The next Division B semi-final will feature Fiddle McLean of Puerto Rico versus Paphos Norixon of Barbados. So Fiddle McLean and Paphos Norixon will fight to see who will face against Alfonso De Mongo of Mexico in the Division B final. Good luck, everyone. It's on the clock, and please start the race. Okay, so Alfonso De Mongo is waiting to find out if his opponent will be Fiddle McLean of Puerto Rico or Paphos Norixon of Barbados. And it looks like number 5 is pausing for a moment. And it looks like some of the Chao are flying. Who got the first speed bus? It's Paphos Norixon, that's who. But look at this, Fiddle McLean wins this one. He took a shortcut, so he will be facing Alfonso De Mongo in the Division B final. Great strategy by Fiddle McLean. Puerto Rico is still in this one, as number 7 took the next speed bus, and we have just enough time for one more speed bus. It will be made by number 5, Pavel Snowixon, 1 second. So it's Alfonso Durango versus Spinner McQueen in Division B final, and we'll be right back with Division C semifinal after this. Alright, we're now in the Division C semifinal. The first event will feature Nancy Paul of Indonesia and ChaoEmperor of Belize. North America is showing on a roll today. Will this continue on this race? We're about to find out. Let's rock this place. So Nancy Paul and ChaoEmperor start off the Division C semifinal. The two Chao are closing in on each other, although ChaoEmperor seems like he has a little bit of control there. Will Nancy Paul catch up in time? We're about to find out soon enough. And it looks like a couple of Chao are going to rest. As the first superstar to get the speed bus is number 5, who's currently in 5th place. And he pauses for a moment. And the next one up will be made by number 1, currently in 3rd place in the current moment. And ChaoEmperor is almost there. According to my calculations, number 2 takes the next speed bus. ChaoEmperor moves on for Belize. Well done by Belize. So ChaoEmperor will be back in our Division C final, and she will face one of the 2 other participants. Will it be Steve Roxana of Canada or Joe Tanner of New Zealand? ChaoEmperor awaiting her Division C final opponent. Steve Roxana and Joe Tanner are ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! And there goes Steve Alexander! He's leaving Joe Tanner and the others behind. He's zooming like crazy. Look at the competition right now. Number 1 is going to mess, so he's expected to be left behind on the crowd. And now number 8 is getting left behind. As the first superstar to get speed bus is number 6, who's heading for the water. And reaching to the other side, the next superstar to get speed bus is Joe Tanner, who is fighting for all his life. But our big winner is Steve Alexander of Team Canada. So he will face off against ChaoEmperor in the Division C final, as number 1 takes the last speed bus of the race. Alright, we got one more division to go, and that's Division D. That's gonna happen right after the break. Alright, it's now time for Division D to shine, with Donna Sylvana and Kyra Dowings. So it's Venezuela taking on India in the first of our Division D semifinal. Just a couple more races left on the Amethyst course for this round. Everyone is on the clock. Let's rock this place. So Donna Slovenia and Kyra Dowings battling for the first of the 2 spots in the Division D Grand Final. Division D Final, okay, yeah. Division D Final. And we have a couple of Chao going to rest. And Kyra Dowings seems like she's flying. Where is she going? We'll find out soon enough, as the first superstar to get speed bus is number 7, who's currently in traffic jam at the moment. And Kyra Dowings moves on to the Division D final. She took a shortcut. What a deal by Kyra Dowings. So India is still in it. India has moved up to the top 8. Number 8 takes the next speed bus. Kyra Dowings moves India one step closer from fulfilling their dream. Well done. And let's see who's going to face Kyra Dowings. Will it be J-Do of Japan, or will it be Carl Watson of Kenya? We're about to find out, as this is the last of the Amethyst course races held. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And please start the race! Here we go. Jado and Colin Watson battling to find out who's gonna face Kyra Darlings of India in the Division D final. Colin Watson seems like he has an advantage so far, but Jado is rapidly catching up to him. And we have a couple of Chao going to rest. Let's see who's gonna get the opening toss for this race. It will be made by number 1, Atsu, who's currently in 5th place. Racing, and he turns for a moment. Number 5 pauses for a moment. As the next B-Bus will be made by Jado. One last chance to survive in the Division D final, but it's gonna be too late because the winner of this race is Colin Watson. So Colin Watson of Kenya will face Kyra Darlings of India. Don't go away, the division final is up next. So at the start of the tournament we have 48 countries. Then we now went down to 16, and now we're down to just 8 countries. They're still in a hunt for the chance to become Supreme Champion of 2014. The 8 remaining countries still in a hunt in the tournament are Ecuador, the USA, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Belize, Canada, India, and Kenya. 4 of these countries will be in the grand final, but only one of them will become the Supreme Champion of 2014. So let's head over to the division final. So our Division A final is between Shimbi Lacas of Ecuador and Jason Hill of the USA. And the division final round will be held on the Sapphire course. So it's good luck to Ecuador and the USA. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! Alright, there goes Shimbi Lacas and Jason Hill. Shimbi has the lead at the current point. What about Jason Hill? Will he make a comeback here, or will Shimbi hang on to the lead? Ecuador has never been to the grand final in a very long time. Not ever. But let's see what's going to happen here. The Silver Chao are closing in on each other as the first superstar to get speed bus is number 2. That should move up at least 1 place. And the next one up will be made by Jason Hill of the USA. But I think Shimbi Lacas is going to lift Ecuador to their first grand final appearance. The next B-Bus will be made by number 6. And he moves up to 3rd place. Let's see if we can hang on here. It looks like Shimbi Lacas is lifting Ecuador to their first grand final appearance. Unbelievable. Thank you, USA, for a great season. We'll be right back with our Division B final. Do not go away. Alright, so Shimbi Lacas of Ecuador is in the grand final. Who will be next as we present our Division B final between Alfonso Devango of Mexico and the very intelligent Fiddle McLean of the U.S. territory, Puerto Rico. The players are lined up and ready to go. Let's rock this place. Okay. Alfonso Devango and Fiddle McLean, 2 North and Central American residents, trying to bid a hunt for the title as Supreme Champion of the 2014 championship season. Who will go to the grand final this year? We'll find out as number 8 takes the opening toss, and he's going to rest. Alfonso and Fiddle are climbing up the wall, and down goes some Chao. Here they come. The next B-Bus will be made by Fiddle McLean, and he doesn't need to go to rest. He's trying to stay alive in the game. He's trying to catch up to Alfonso in a hurry. Number 2 will have the next command on his B-Bus, and the 2 Chao are fighting for dear life. Fiddle McLean has made the pass. Alfonso looking one last chance to stay alive. but it looks like Fido is finalist number 2 of the 2014 tournament. What a deal by Fido. And Division C final is up next. Do not go away. Okay, welcome back. So far we have Ecuador and Puerto Rico in the grand final. Now for the Division C final, we're featuring Jayla Patori of Belize and Steve Alexander of our neighbors from Canada. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock it! Okay, there goes Steve Alexander, busting down the line like he always does. Oh, and down goes Jayla Patori. Poor Jayla. And it looks like number 1 is going to mess. Trying to get some attention here. Couple more Chao taking a rest as the first superstar to get speed bus is Jayla Patori, and look at that! He wants to get into the grand final! What's gonna happen now? Steve Alexander is catching up, but Jayla Patori with another speed bus trying to still in it. Oh, I think Steve Alexander is gonna win this one. If he can breathe long enough, he will win it. Number 7 will get the next speed bus. He's currently battling for 3rd place. And Steve Alexander made it! He is the finalist number 3 in the tournament champions. And we'll be right back with the Division D final after this. Do not go away. Alright, so which of these Chao will be joining Ecuador, Puerto Rico, and Canada in the grand final? Will it be Kyra Darlings of India, or will it be Carl Watson of Kenya? There's only one way to find out. This is the last of our Sapphire course portions. So here we go. And let's have a Chao race! Alright, so the winner of this race in the Division B final will face Chimby Lacas from Ecuador, Fido McLean of Puerto Rico, and Steve Alexander of Canada. Oh, down goes some Chao. That's gonna cause some serious damage. And who's gonna get the first speed bus this time? It's Kyra Darlings. That's who. It's going in 2nd place. As they climb up the wall, the next one up will be made by our leader, Carl Watson, and he desperately wants to get Kenya back in the grand final. They last done it in 2008, so he wants another chance of claiming all the gold this year. Well, number 5 has the next command on the speed bus. He's currently battling for 2nd place. And as number 6 takes the speed bus, Carl Watson completes the lineup of our grand finalists this year. That makes finalist number 4 of our 4 finalists this year. We'd like to thank everyone who participated for another great season. Thank you all for joining us. So, after a long night of festive activities, we are down to just 4 countries. We have Ecuador, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Kenya. We would like to say a big congratulations to all 4 countries for making it this far. They will receive an automatic bid to next year's Tournament of Champions. 3 of them will be on the podium to receive a trophy, and one of those countries will be hosting as next year's Tournament of Champions hosting site. So we're going to find out in just a little bit. But first, let's have a look at this sponsor. Well, fans around the world, the time has come. Who do you think deserves the title of Supreme Champion this year? Will it be Chimby Lacas of Ecuador? Fido McLean of Puerto Rico? Steve Alexander of Canada? Or could it be Carl Watson of Kenya? There's only one way to find out as we present the 2014 Grand Final of the Tournament of Champions. So audience, help us count down backwards from 5 to start this incredible event. Are you ready? Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's have a Chao race! There we go. And Steve Alexander is running wild down the aisles. I think he has the best chance of winning the title if he can breathe at the very end. Right now he is dancing to the beat, so all four of them are still closing in on each other. And we're going to have an opening toss in just a matter of moments. Some shall have taken the water, Fiddle is taking land. Who's got the opening toss? It's number 2, who is way behind in the pack. So he will have some catching up to do. He's back in this one. And the next one up will be made by Puerto Rico's Fiddle McLean. Currently in 4th place at the current moment. And the next one up is number 8. Steve Alexander is in the lead, followed by Shimmy Logras of Ecuador and Carl Watson of Kenya. Next, as we head into the 1 minute mark, it's number 1 who got the next speed bus. Currently in 7th place, battling for dear life with number 8 and number 2. The next one up will be made by number 8, so he will leave numbers 1 and 2 in the dust, and down goes to number 7. The competition up front seems like they're having a lot of fun. And number 8 gets back-to-back speed bus, currently battling number 7 for 5th place. And number 2 gets some more help. Now in 7th place, trying to battle number 8 for 6th place. And who got the next speed bus? It's Carl Watson of Kenya. But our big winner of the tournament is going to be Steve Alexander. Canada has done it here, folks. Steve Alexander is the Supreme Champion of the 2014 Championship season. Shimmy Logras winds up in 2nd place. And Carl Watson wraps up the top 3. So when we come back, Steve Alexander is going to present as the Supreme Champion of the world. Do not go away. Welcome back to the Tournament of Champions. Well, after a long night of full of expected surprises, lots of cheering fans, and many explosive events from around the world, it is time to crown a new Supreme Champion. So, here are this year's top 3 participants for the 2014 Tournament of Champions. Our 3rd place winner with a great performance and all his heart, let's have a big round of applause for Team Kenya's very own Carl Watson. Very good. And our 2nd place winner. Really excited to be here. Give us yourselves a hand for Team Ecuador's Shimmy Logras. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in 1st place and the 2014 Chao Racing Supreme Champion for the 2014 Championship season here on Chao Racing Canada, it's time to say hello to the one and only Steve Alexander. Congratulations to Steve Alexander and to Team Canada. They worked hard to get to Denmark for the annual Tournament of Champions, and Steve Alexander's gamble paid off. His team will represent as the hosting site for the 2015 Tournament of Champions in Toronto. That's the hosting site for Canada's Tournament of Champions. So a big well done to you. Thanks again to everyone else who made this tournament a great one. I hope you had fun experiencing the 2014 Tournament of Champions. We'll see you next year, so see you in Toronto, Canada!